Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. It's kind of chilly here on the homestead. And making this video for a friend of mine, Sherman Ragland, who I was on a Facebook Live thing that he was doing yesterday on investing with his investing group. And I was just watching. I wasn't a participant. I was just watching, checking it out. They were doing tax sale investing and tax sale liens and in tax sale deeds. And so that got me thinking about this story. And told him I have a great story about it, and he asked if I share it. So yeah, so here's what happened. So in about 2006, I don't have the exact property address. I was spent some time this morning looking it up. Couldn't find it. Anyway, 2006, bought a house off the market, private sale. Paid $8,000 for the house. It was on the east side of Baltimore, and I bought it with investor money, so I didn't have any of my own money out. That's how me and my partner at the time, a lady by the name of Nina Huck, who is no longer with us, may God rest her soul. Her and I were partners, and we'd buy like 30 properties a month. So we bought this house using investor money, $8,000, closed on it, immediately set it up for auction because that's how we rolled. So with some of these properties we'd buy, they'd be sight unseen. So we would buy these properties in bulk. We bought this house, set it up for auction. Okay. It went to auction. We set the reserve at 16. We got up to, I think it was 15,000. They asked if we wanted to call it. We said, sure. So we signed the contract to sell the property for 15,000. So not a bad return, right? Anytime you have $0 investment, you have an infinite rate of return. So we go to close on it, and the title company, this is where the story gets good. The title company calls us and gives us the HUD-1, and they said we had to bring $40,000 to the table. We're like, what are you talking about? We just bought this like last week. Why would we need to have $40,000 brought to the table? She said, well, there's an unreleased mortgage on the property. So we asked for her information. Come to find out, that unreleased mortgage was legit. We contacted our title company and said, hey, you guys made a big mistake. There's an unreleased mortgage of $40,000, and we have to come to the table with 40 grand. We're not coming to the table with 40 grand. You're gonna have to figure this out. So the title company, I'm not gonna mention their name, said, yeah, we couldn't find the lien release because the company is no longer existent. It's a contracting company. In the 80s, they used to do finance on the property for your construction. So the company is no longer in business. They had nowhere to get the release from, and so they didn't think it was going to be an issue, I guess. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, they said, our bad. I'm sorry. We'll cover any of these costs that incurred. So we had to go to the new buyers and say, we're sorry, we can't sell you the property because there's a $40,000 unreleased mortgage that we were unaware of. So we canceled that contract. They were kind of angry, understandable. We were kind of angry, understandable, because we just evaporated $8,000 profit, which, whatever. So the title company says, we're going to give you the money back from when you purchased the property. So at least you'll be made whole. I said, okay, fine. So they wrote us a $8,000 check. We weren't too happy about it because, we've just lost $8,000 in profit, even though we got our initial investment back. At least we didn't lose the investors' money, which is always number one, never lose your investors' money. Okay. Years go by. years. The crash of '08 happens. So I get a letter in the mail to my house from an investment company, and they said, hey, we are giving you an opportunity to redeem your real estate taxes. I'm like, what? I didn't even know what you're talking about. So they said, yeah, we bought your property at tax sale, and we're giving you an option to redeem it. So what property? So they gave me the property address. So property address they gave me was that property that had the $40,000 lien. I forgot I owned it. When we got the money back from when we bought the property, the title company never reverted title, so we still own the property, right? So for multiple years, the property sat there. We owned it, didn't know it, didn't pay our real estate taxes, didn't know it. You got to understand, we were buying like 30 properties a month at the time, so easy to get lost in the transition. So they goes to tax sale. This company bought it. They are tax sale investors, so they buy the taxes. They increase it by, I think by law, by 14% as the maximum allowed to make the return. And then they say, hey, you give us the 14%, you can have your tax amount, and your 14%, you can have your property back free and clear. So their whole game is that interest on it. They don't actually want the properties. I told them I don't want it. So I don't want the property. Like, you bought it, have it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. Well, they weren't very pleased with that. So because they're out there 14%. Okay. The interesting thing about a tax sale is when the government forecloses on the property for the tax sale, all mortgages are wiped out. So that $40,000 lien is now clear. So they actually own the property free and clear. The $40,000 mortgage was wiped away. As with all mortgages on tax sales, get wiped away. Okay. So that was a blessing, right? So the $40,000, that error has been fixed. So now it's a free and clear property. All right. They go to sell it at auction. True story. I cannot make this up. They go to sell it at auction. It sells for, I think, $14,000, $15,000 when they go to sell it. So slightly less than whenever we had originally planned to auction it off. So they sell it at auction. Well, the law states that if they sell the property for money above what they paid for it, the original owner is entitled to that money after their 14%, because the law only allows them a certain amount of money to be made. So anything above that, they have to mail that, get those funds back to the original owner. So I get a letter in the mail saying, hey, we're looking for you. We have something for you. Okay. I thought it was a scam. I was like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you want to verify who I am. I don't know who you are. It was a skip tracer. This company was looking for me. So I told him, I said, listen, if you want to come find me, I'm at church. I gave them the address to my church. They said, okay, we'll be there in a half an hour. Okay. I'm thinking if people are coming to get me, I'm going to make them come into the church to get me. Okay. They come to church. I show them my ID. They hand me an $8,000 check. What is this for? They explained to me it's for the difference for when they auctioned it off. So, long story short, that's how tax sale investment goes. I got an $8,000 check that I wasn't expecting out of nowhere. It was amazing. Yeah. So that's my tax sale story. Hope y'all are well. God bless. Be good. Continue that investing.